notes. So everybody should have them in front of them. Again, if you do not have them, go get them now. Right here. Okay? Shh. We're going to talk about angle-angle similarity first. So we've mentioned this a little bit, but basically it's stating if two angles of another triangle are congruent, then the two triangles are similar. So let's look right here. The triangles shown are similar, and we want to list all the pairs of congruent angles and write the statements of proportionality. So this is going to take a bit of room. I know angle A is congruent to what angle for this triangle? P. I know angle B is congruent to what? Which one? N. Good. And so angle C is congruent to angle M. Now we have to write the proportionality statement. Okay? I'm going to do it left to right, so I'm going to put the sides for triangle ABC over the sides for angles P and M. Okay, so AC goes with which side? PM. And they are proportional to the sides AB over PN. Yeah. Malik, will you pull the door closed, please? And then I've got BC goes over NM. Does that make sense? So now we can say that the triangles are similar. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PNM. Oops, make sure we have an angle here. Whoever music is playing so loud that I can hear it, you need to turn it off now, like I stated before we started. Terry, will you nudge Nathan and tell him he's too loud? Miss Murphy can hear your whole thing. Okay. All right. So these are all the same. Let's just do one more. Which one do you think looks more confusing, B or C?
A.
We did A. You want to do B?
C.
Okay. Triangle X, angle X goes with angle X, right? They're overlapping.
Wait, what?
Those two angles are congruent to each other. Do you see we have two triangles? One's on top of the other. So angle Y goes with angle Z. And angle T goes with angle W. Okay. Now we have to set up the sides so that they are proportional. So we're going to say TX over XW, right? Or WX. And we've got TY over WZ. And we've got XY over XZ. Does that make sense? Those are all proportional to each other. They're not congruent to each other because one triangle is smaller than the other, right? But they're proportional. So that's triangle XYT is similar to triangle XZW. Okay, pretty straightforward. We're going to skip C. It's just the same thing. And we're going to move on to A. We want to find the unknown sides. We get, excuse me, shh, do we have a question?
No.
Okay. We get A and P go together, right?
Yeah.
B and N go together, so M and C must go together, so we agree this is X right here.
Yeah.
All right. The interior angles of a triangle always add up to what? 180. So 3x plus 80 equals 180. Okay? First thing I'm going to do is combine like terms. 3x plus x is 4x. Plus 80 equals 180. I'm going to subtract 80 from both sides. So 4x equals 100. And then I divide both sides by 4. So x equals 25. Okay, let's do B. Let's do C this time. Let's do C. Okay, what do these two lines right here, these two little arrows mean? parallel. So these two little arrows mean parallel. That means alternate interior angles are congruent. So we still have angle, angle. Okay? Now we just have to find x. Well, I know LJ is congruent to LJ. They're proportional to each other. So KJ must be proportional to LM. So we've got 8.2 over 8x. And if we cross multiply, we get 11.4x equals, this is a lot of work for, we already know what the answer is, right?
Yeah.
So we get 93.48, and then we divide that by 11.4, and we should get x equals 8.2, right? Because if these two are the same, then these two should be the same, right? Do you want to do B? Okay. That's fine. B. So I've got this angle is congruent to this angle, and these two angles are congruent to each other. So now I'm going to do the smaller triangle over the bigger triangle. So I'm going to go 15 over 20 equals, this was one of the things on your quiz a lot of you guys messed up on. If this whole thing is 17, but I just want t to x, how am I going to find t to x? This is x. This whole thing is 17. T to x would be 17 minus x, yeah. All over 17. And then I just cross multiply. 17 times 15 is 255. 20 times 17 is 340. And then 20 times x is negative 20x. Now I'm going to subtract 340 from both sides. And I get negative 85 equals negative 20x. Now I'm going to divide by negative 20. So x equals 4.25. Okay, let's turn it over. No? Okay, let's look at A. We want to determine if these triangles are similar or not. All right, so I have these two sides are equal to each other. These two sides are equal to each other. But look at these angles. Are these angles equal to each other? No. So I can't use side, angle, side because angle A is not congruent to angle C. So not similar. Okay? Let's look at B. Again, do you guys see these arrows right here showing me that they're parallel? Okay? Do you see that these are corresponding angles right here? So I have angle, angle. So yes, by angle, angle, triangle ABD is similar to triangle BCD. How are you feeling? Pretty good? Okay. Let's look at C. Okay? Do you guys see that angle X has to be congruent to angle X because it's overlapping? And then we've got Y and W are congruent. So yes, by angle, angle, triangle YXT is similar to triangle WXZ. Let's turn it over. Okay, let's talk about side, 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 and side, angle, side. We are going to look at just these three, and two of these triangles are similar to each other. Which ones do you want to try? Do you want to try XYZ or ABC? See if these two are similar? Or do you want to try these two are similar? Or these two are similar? Which ones do you want to try? You want to try these two? Okay. Do we think 10 over 5, does that equal 7.5 over 4? No. So these two can't be similar. Which other ones do we want to try? So we can do ABC with XYZ, or we can do QRS with XYZ. QRS with XYZ. So is 5 over 4 equal to 4 over 3? No. So it's got to be these. 4 over 10, does that equal 3 over 7.5? They both, put them in your calculator. They both give you 0.4. So that means triangle XYZ is similar to triangle ABC. Okay? Their scale factor is 0.4. All right, let's skip B because it's the same thing. Let's go down to A. Okay, these two triangles are similar. We're going to find the unknown side. So we're going to go 16 over what? Over, look at it. Look, B to A. So we're going to go over what? 12.8. And then we're going to go 20 over, not 4. That's not part of a triangle. What's this? What's this length from here to here? Yeah. Okay. And we get 1.25 and 1.25. So these triangles are congruent by similar by side, angle, side. Let's look at B. Okay, again, I've got that these are parallel, which means corresponding angles are congruent. So now I'm going to put 9 over what? And see if that's equal to 12 over. They're both 1.2. So they're similar by side, angle, side. We good? Why don't you guys try C on your own right now? Okay, we ready? Okay, so we know these are congruent by vertical angles, right? These angles. So then we're going to take 4 over 6. Is that equal to 6 over 9? And we get 2/3 for each of them, which is its scale factor. So we know they are similar by side, angle, side, and we would list it as triangle YXZ is similar to triangle WXB. Yeah, but you just gotta flip it for both. Okay, let's look at your homework. Make sure we get that. We're gonna do number 2 for the proofs. Okay. So we're just proving these two triangles are similar. So these are pretty simple fill in the blanks. We've got MN is over PQ is equal to NO over QR. This is given. Number 2, it says to state our other given that N is congruent to Q. So we have this side's proportional to this side. Q and N are congruent. NO and QR are similar. So these two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. Not congruent, similar, excuse me. By side, angle, side. Anything you want me to go back over?
No.
Yeah, Luke? Because, okay, so Luke asked, how do I know it's side, angle, side? So remember my 3 options for similarity are side, angle, side, 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 and angle, angle. I only have one angle here. But it gives me an angle, and it says this side, these sides are proportional to each other. So it has to be side, angle, side. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.